It's going. Now it's live.
I always wanted to ask something. Normalerweise ist das jetzt nicht beschriftet, aber ich glaube, das war 6. But we're all alive though. What else?
Hello, 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 hello. Hello everybody, it's Kalowizi, live from Okodo radio station.
And it's
Today.
your girl, Candy.
And yeah, Candy in the house again. Of course, not again, always. But my time here is a little bit, some minutes after 5.
1 minute after 5.
1 minute after 5. And today, there are some certain issues that we need to address ASAP. Right, Candy?
Of course we do.
I think some people just told us to talk about some things. And this issue, I think, is very, very important issue because it do happens. This issue keep confronting us all the time. We have this issue going on all the time. And I think it's high time we just address these issues once and for all, you know, just put some respect on these issues because we all know what it is, we all experience it. And
Okay,
we all
many people,
yeah,
everybody
many people,
know,
yeah,
a lot of
not
people.
everybody do, but I think many people do, you know. And this is, like you can see on the screen, it's explaining diaspora. We want to explain diaspora for some people who have problem of listening, of understanding what it is to be in diaspora. Because I think many people think being in diaspora is a land of milk and honey, which is not true.
It's a land where we have to pick money from the trees.
Yes, the thing
Money
that
grows on trees.
wait, like how many years are you living now in diaspora?
Oh, I have been here almost 13 years. Yeah.
Likewise me, almost the same thing, you know. But people think no, this is really
Even my own family doesn't understand life in diaspora.
I swear.
So I think
it's
that
really,
sometimes
it's really somehow it pisses me off sometimes because some people think that you in diaspora means that everything is well with you. There is nothing you need to complain about. I mean,
life is good.
come on. And do you know one thing? Even most people in diaspora, they all have, you know, this heimweh. They miss home.
Heimweh means homesickness.
You know, homesickness. They feel like going home every day. If they were, like I tell you, see, let me just be honest with you. Let me speak for, I'm speaking for the majority, okay? Some people here in diaspora, if they will have the opportunity to keep visiting home, like once in every month, they will do it.
Yeah.
They will do it. Some people miss home so crazy that they feel like visiting home all the time, but they can't.
And I think everybody would want to go home every time they can.
Yeah.
And getting that opportunity of going home at least even once a year is a blessing.
It's a blessing to people who are here. You don't know how much these people go through, like, you don't know what they go pass through to even make that time to visit home even once a year.
Yeah. And that's the truth, though.
It's the truth, but people, a lot
we
of
even
people
have people who have been in this, living in diaspora, many other countries too, not only in Germany, countries like France, countries like England, in London, everywhere else. And it's like they don't even get the opportunities to go home even once a year. Some of them don't even go home in 5 years.
True.
Yeah. But then there are things that we have to clear it out a little bit. Maybe we have to explain a little bit so people do understand the difference of life or the reality of life.
Right. So today we're just gonna tackle some some vital, points. We're just going to talk about some vital things that you all need to know right out there. Now, being a diaspora, I will tell you this: you can get it from nowhere. See, I'm not talking about the people who were born here. You understand? Because you don't belong to diaspora anymore.
No, they are not.
Yeah, you're not
you don't.
I mean, diaspora is just like, a group of scattered population who left their original place,
motherland,
to live in somewhere else. It's like just group of scattered people who belong originally to another particular place. You understand? So, but please don't confuse it. Don't mix it with the facts. Don't mix it with migration. Migration is different from diaspora, okay? But we're not going to go into.
They do have a little bit.
They do have a little bit similarities.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll not go there.
Yeah.
Okay. So when all the time you hear people in diaspora, I tell you, people in diaspora are like, let me say, back then in the days of slavery, the colonials come and pick people, and bring them down to work.
Refugees,
yeah, you understand. But in this modern days, it's no more like that. You find them.
Changed.
You find your masters. I tell you. Let me put it in a raw fact. I was telling a guy. He was arguing with me. I tell him, hey, dude, you are in diaspora. You are a slave. Come off it. You are in diaspora. You are a slave. Because it's what they want you to do is what you do. If you don't want to do it, my guy, back your bag and you're back home. The guy was telling me, in his work, he's this, he's that, he's this big boss, he's this, that, he's that. I was like, that is just opportunity of preference. But the fact still remains that you are a slave. Well, once you are in another man's country, another man's land, you didn't come in through the legal way, or you came in somehow as a refugee, and you work here, my friend, you are a slave. Because for sure, you're not getting the same 100% equal right that their original citizens are getting. You're not a full citizen, you're not original citizen of that country. You came in whichever means, so you are my guy, you don't get the same
you
rights.
have to apply for citizenship before you become a citizen.
Yeah.
So,
and as much as that you don't have the same right that the indigenous people of that country have, you will never have the same rights. I was arguing with this guy. I'll tell him, forget whatever your job is. You are a slave. Accept it or take it or leave it.
Are you not really a slave, though? You are
Of course.
No, you are not a slave. I mean, you just come here to better your life.
Better your life. Yes,
yeah,
better
you
your
are
life.
bettering your life. So it has nothing to do with slavery. Actually, maybe back in the days it was slavery because, I mean, if I have to compare maybe now my life, I can't even say I'm a slave to anybody. It's like I can pick the job that I want.
But in this context, let's put it in this context. For example, you can't still have the same right as the indigenous people of this land have. But if you are in your country, you can boast of having 1,000% right if you want to. But so long as you are here.
But I believe that if I'm a citizenship here, I think I do have the same rights as any other person who was born here. As long as it's standing in my papers that I'm a German citizenship, then I think that I have the same rights as everybody else. Maybe they might discriminate me only because of my color.
So what is that?
It's not slavery, it's discrimination.
How is that?
But that's discrimination. It's not slavery. I think
why would they discriminate you if you're a human being, if you have the same rights?
Because these are things that it has always been there. Discrimination, that is why the word is there. Discrimination.
Do you get discriminated in your own country?
No, I think so. Of course, everybody gets discriminated.
Why? But it's not going to be anymore in this, racial profiling. Then
but I think
you can be discriminated because of your result or your qualification.
Yeah, but I think discrimination comes in many forms.
Exactly. But the one we're talking in diaspora, which discrimination do people in diaspora face often?
We mostly face
racial
profiling.
Racial discrimination, right?
Yeah. So, anyways,
so.
Let's talk about
while we're talking about this issue, why we want to bring up this issue, why we want to debate on this issue. Now, feel free to to air your view. Feel free to call in and tell us what you know better. If you think maybe it's not right what we're saying, or you have an idea, or you have something, feel free to call and just air your view with us. But the fact remains that I want to clear this up. Now, a guy took to social media to explain his income. You know, he lives in the States. He does, because most people in the States, to even survive, you have to do numerous jobs. So people do 2-3 jobs just to keep the roof, you know, above their head. This guy explained, he got his paycheck, he was explaining how much he got and how much he spends. And at the end of the month, how much remains in his hand. Just normal. And at the end, he was saying, now you guys should understand that at the end of the month, I'm left with nothing. And when I send you, no matter how small it is, when I send you something back home, from this little thing that is left for me to manage at the end of the month, after paying my taxes and every other thing, when I send you something, you should appreciate it, because from where it's coming, it's not much. And I was so surprised when I read the comments and people were like, stop complaining, you are lying, this, that. Yeah, if you're tired, come back home.
I mean, that's so wrong.
I was really bad. I was really touched, because me living here in Germany, I know what most people go through, right? To even get little thing to send to people back home. And then some idiots are out there, they don't even, I call them idiots, yes, sorry for my word, but they are really idiots, because they don't understand the pain people go through here to make money.
I think that's actually what we actually trying to clear out today. Like, people don't really understand, or people don't really take it serious, or they think that, like, when you are living in another country, for example, like when you are out of Africa, let me say it like that. When you're out of Africa, it's like wherever you are, it's like you have a lot of money. It's like people don't appreciate the little help that you actually offer them. So this story that you were just telling now is the same thing that actually happens in general. There are things that happen almost every day.
Most people in Africa, they're, I mean, okay, I need to calm down. I need to calm down on this topic. I need to calm down on this topic, because I'll be so pissed off right now, because seriously, if most of us here tells you what we go through, all in the name of work, of course, okay, I mean, let's not deny the fact that feeding is not a problem here, because there's food, okay, there's food, there is job opportunity. I mean, I give the Westerners that credit for that. They make job opportunity enormous. I mean, there's job opportunity. If you have the qualification for that, there is job for you. And now, there is food.
No, there is job for everybody. Let's really be honest. Even if you are not qualified, even if you haven't gone to school, even if you haven't studied anything, there is a job for everybody in this country. There are over millions of job vacancies that are still open, but people just don't want to work. That's it.
Yeah. But even the ones that work, right? People don't
earn that much.
I mean, definitely there is no one black person, because you need to work here to survive. You must work.
Everybody has to work. I mean, even back at home, we all need to work. I mean,
but people at home who are saying, see, I tell you, you have a freedom. You wake up when you like. You sleep when you like. You don't pay tax. You don't pay for car insurance the way it is here. You have child, you are not even paying for child support, for example. I don't. If you cook with firewood, you can go to the bush and cut firewood and cook. Here, you must pay for gas. You must pay for water, electricity, and there is one again that you pay, even though you have radio or you don't have radio. Even though you have TV or you don't have TV, you must pay that money. It's compulsory. You know the one? Whether you are using radio or you don't have anything, you must pay that money, for example. Then you talk about health insurance. Even before your
Okay,
salary.
with the health insurance, I will say yes,
It's inclusive.
no.
It's inclusive.
It's included,
It's
but I
inclusive.
mean, if you're not even working, you are insured. You have health insurance.
Yes. Somehow,
Yeah.
Wait. I'm just coming.
Okay.
I'm just listing where money are going to.
Okay, yeah.
Before your loan, before your paycheck, your salary gets into your bank account safe. They have removed all this insurance, all these taxes. They've removed them. They will even remove church money for you. Whether you attend church or you don't attend church.
But okay, you have a choice to stop that one.
Do you know? Do you know the stress you will go to remove that one?
You are paying to remove it.
Whether you go to church or you don't go to church, you pay it, then somebody will now come and ask you.
No, but they charge you really. Like when you are cancelling it, because I also cancelled mine, because I don't understand
You know
why.
the stress you go through to
Of
cancel.
course, do you know you're supposed to make an appointment first?
I'm not canceling my own. Do you know I'm paying? I'm still hurting. Why am I paying that amount of money when I'm not even going to church here?
Yes, okay.
I'm still paying. When I think about how to cancel it, I think about the stress to pass through. I say, in fact, it's better when I keep paying it. You know? So these are the things that you see, people, you face these things. We face these things here. These are like a huge amount of pressures that comes from different ways, but it's systematically designed in a way that you don't see it as pressures, but they are pressures.
It's designed in a way that, you know, you can work for 30 days in a month, and then you think that, at the end of the month, I'm going to chop my salary. But when the salary enters, you have so many problems already, and everything, it's so, you've already paid everything that you even only have like maybe 100 to 200 euros left, and that is the money that you're actually supposed to use for the whole month.
You will go if somebody who goes to club, you will go to club from there. You will cut your hair.
How much is the entry fee?
Now, you will cut your hair. From the remaining one, you will cut your hair. You will buy at least nice shoes. Once in a while, at least now, you want to look good. You want to, once in a while, you want to check. Some people will say it's not a necessity.
For who do you want to look good for? Okay, sorry.
No, naked now. Run naked in the streets. You say, look, is it because of run naked in the streets now? Don't buy yourself shoes.
No, I'll just continue. I'm sorry to disturb. No.
You say who you want to look good for. No, I'll run naked. Some people, at least, okay, fine, yeah. Some will say it's not a necessity. You can have 3 pairs of jeans for 1 free year. Good for you. But you will eat too. At least once in a while. All work no play makes jacket up, but you will go out, you will buy 1 bottle of drink. At least, you know, it's not every time.
You have to travel too?
You're even talking of travel. Huh. That one is big. Let's talk about the small one. Small one. Not every time you have the power to cook. You understand? You will still want to go buy little fast food or maybe even order.
Yeah.
You will buy ticket. If you don't have car, you must buy tickets.
And that one is very expensive.
Very expensive.
This is really expensive.
Whether you have car or you using public transport, the country is not financing that for you. No, but you have to finance it yourself. And at the end of the month, you see some people managing the little one that they have. Oh, brother, oh, my friend, my guy, have fun now. Send me small thing now. And they will send you little thing to manage. And you will not come out and tell the person, it's not enough now, you can do more. From where?
Ungrateful.
Ungrateful.
And very ungrateful. And that is what people don't understand. Okay, I believe that sometimes it's that, you know, I think sometimes we have our own brothers and sisters here to blame though. Because we like having this flashy life. You know, we pretend sometimes that we have, but in reality, we don't have. We actually live the same way that they are living back at home.
So that's like the people who are faking life in their Facebook or social media.
Because sometimes
that is why I hate Instagram.
That's why people will be telling you things like, yeah, but you are in Europe, you know, and then you wonder like, what has it been that you are in Europe? Because sometimes we go back home on holidays and it's like, I've been wearing a Gucci, a bag, I bought a what, but here, I don't even have a Gucci bag. I just bought this Gucci bag to go home and go and flex. Let me say it like that.
Maybe even not even the original, maybe the second one.
It doesn't really matter, but still it's Gucci. Gucci is Gucci. And everybody can differentiate.
You will not even know. Because
Exactly.
even though you buy it from Wish,
Uh-huh.
they know that you
are
live
coming
abroad.
from abroad.
They'll say, okay.
So yeah, so people sometimes I think we also have ourselves to blame. But then I think that sometimes it's like good when we tell people the reality. Like when we tell people the truth.
People need to know
then,
the truth because yes, you know this thing you're saying. A lot of people came into Europe. Okay, I've heard the stories from many people. A lot of people came into Europe and they were like, after 3, 4 years, 5 years, they were like, damn, I didn't know this how the
this
life
country is
difficult
hard.
is.
It's hard.
They start to tell you that, wow, I didn't know this how hard it is.
Yeah.
But when you were back home, when people, even till now, if you're telling people that it's hard here, they don't want to believe you.
They don't even. They don't. It's not a thing that they don't want to be. They don't even believe you at all.
At all, because they think. See, a guy, when we normally play ball every Sunday, okay, a guy was like, before I came to Europe, if you see the way I was thinking that, oh man, you wake up every morning, you wear singlet, you wear singlet, you come out on the street, everywhere is playing music, hip hop life.
Uh-huh.
He said, I didn't even think that, first of all, I used to hear winter. I didn't even know this how the winter is cold.
Winter is very cold.
And he was saying that he didn't believe when they told him that Europe is hard. He thought maybe it's hard because maybe the weather.
Mm-hmm.
And then he now came to Europe. They told him that it is when you get your papers, that is where the suffering starts. He thought it was a joke. But now, he has a job. He works night job. When people are sleeping is when his day is starting.
Uh-huh.
So people don't even know do you know what it is to work in the night? Like night shift. Do you know what it is? You change your life completely to be a night.
You even become sick from working night shift.
It affects your brain. It affects your brain.
It affects your body though. But people don't.
Then after making that money, you send to one idiot. And the idiot will be telling
Stop
you.
calling people idiots.
Yes.
It's not by force you're going to send money.
If you don't even send, it's worst.
I think it's even much better.
Because you want to be like a good person you are. You know, you are a good person, you have a good heart of giving.
Yeah.
And you send money to someone will be complaining. Big as you are living in Europe, you are sending me this little money.
The insults though.
The question is, I don't understand why some people are ingrate.
But I think it will always be like that. But people just have to know the fact that, you know, we are dealing with another currency. While back at home, we're dealing with other currencies. But if you have to think about it, fine. People don't pay much expenses back at home the way we pay expenses here.
Yes,
because like here, it is a must for everybody to have a health insurance. It's a must for you to have to pay into your what do you call renting when you are getting your retirement. Yeah, exactly. These are musts. So if you are having a job already, it means that all these things are automatically deducted from your salary.
Even when you die, sir, before your retirement stage, that money is gone.
So
that money is gone.
Yeah. So people think that okay, because somebody will ask you, for example, how much do you earn? I can tell you my salary. So for you back at home,
you think it's very big.
This
before you pay your even though you're living in one room apartment, it's over 300 euros per month just for the rent.
Yeah.
Then not inclusive, water and light bills are not inclusive.
That's one is excluded.
That's excluded. Yeah. Only the apartment alone is like 350 euros.
And obviously you have a bill to pay. You know, it's obviously something.
Then you talk about your internet because internet is a necessity.
Exactly.
Almost everybody must.
Everybody has internet at home. Everybody
must have at home.
Yeah.
Then
the phone.
Then the phone too.
Yeah.
The phone contract, because here is like a contract. You must be on a contract or you have a prepaid. Because if you're on prepaid, you can't even manage it.
Because they cheat you.
Yeah, they will cheat you. So it's better when you go on contract.
Yeah.
Whether you use the phone or you don't use the phone or you pay. every month,
So,
cleanly.
I was actually reading a story, very interesting, about a lady who was complaining, or actually she's looking for advice.
Okay.
She wrote something like, yeah, she has been sending money back home because she has been building.
Okay.
She hasn't been gone home in a very long time because she has been somewhere in Europe saving up money so that at least she can build herself a house. So now, the family members that she was sending the money to.
See what I'm thinking?
Now wait first now. So what she was sending the money, it's like the family members, the person who was actually responsible for that, it's like her parents. The family members were sending her fake pictures, like pictures of land, what they bought. They sent pictures of when they started building. I have no idea where they were even getting these things. Cause it's like maybe they already knew where this person was building.
No, it's not funny.
Yeah,
it's not funny.
I mean it's not funny though, but it's
not funny.
Yeah. So, and then it's like after that. After a few years, she took like maybe 5 years. You know, she has been working. She said she has been working 2 jobs. She has a full-time job and then she still has a small job. So that means that she hardly gets time to rest. So it's a thing of she wants to also progress in life. And like everybody says, hard work pays off. But then it's like people back at home think that here you are just sleeping or you are just going out. You know, sometimes when you show a picture of you going out or just one day you are out and you make videos, everybody thinks that that's the life every day. It's not the life every day. So now this lady went back home after maybe 5 years. She went back after 5 years and she asked,
and they showed her kitchen.
can you please take me to my house?
They showed her small kitchen.
There was nothing, no.
Not even that. Not even a
yeah, but seriously, not. There was really like nothing, like really nothing. So
well, this story, I think it's not the first one. It's not the first thing I've
there
read.
are many stories.
I think certain times, that was a few years ago, I saw some things like that. One video like that, also in Facebook. This dude, it's a guy. And this one is a guy. I think Nigeria precisely. He came back, I don't know, but later I was hearing that it was a skit or a drama or something like that. The guy came back and said he has lived in abroad for 13 years or something. He came back, he has been sending money or something to build house, and and he came back, there was nothing to show. For the amount of money, I mean, see.
It's very heartbreaking. I mean, let me even ask you, if something like that has to happen to you, what would you actually do? I mean, you have been here, maybe
I seriously don't know.
Let me say 10 years you are living here. You've been making sure that
your
feed
savings.
the family. Yeah, in that sense, you are feeding the family. You're sending them money. You are, and they're still doing that, like what you ask them, and then all of a sudden you decide, okay, fine, now I am tired. I want to pack my bags now. I'm going back home because now I am tired of the Europe life. And then you reach home and you find nothing. What are you going to do in a situation like that? Are you going to
God will never allow them to shame us. So this kind of thing, see, if it's a family, I mean, many people have committed suicide with this
because of family members now.
Because of this kind
peer
of
pressure.
Yeah.
This is really, I don't know. Yeah.
See, the fact is that, being in diaspora doesn't mean that you're getting money from the trees. You guys should understand this. Just understand that life itself is not a bed of roses. It doesn't matter where you are. There is nobody plucking money from the trees. That dream, that thinking that you're thinking, just start. The high time you start forgetting such kind of, because if you come here, you understand what people are really going through here.
But I mean, it's the same. They also know exactly what it is that they are going through back at home. I mean, if life was a bed of roses, I think that even some of us, we wouldn't be here today. It's very simple. I think even me, I would prefer staying back home. But everybody has to go for greener pastures.
I know that, yes, quite alright, that some people home, think that once you are abroad, life is better for you. I want to clear that. I want to clear that note. Say, not true. Not all true. Let me just put it. Not. It's just 40% right what you said. Life is better for people who are abroad just because of there is opportunity to get job more than back home. Yes. Second is, I don't think you can go die of hunger here. You can't die of hunger.
You
here.
can never, because here there is a social system.
You
I mean,
understand?
even if you are not working, you still get money from the government.
Yes.
Yeah.
To a certain extent, though, because they will not give you money forever. They will still make you to go look for something doing. Actually. So, but even though you don't have enough to eat, there are some kind of organizations here who are Caritas or something like that who provide for the needy to a certain extent. But what I'm trying to say is that two things are sure here in diaspora. You can find job. You can never die of starvation. You can never die of hunger compared to most other African countries, for example. That I will give you as a guarantee. But for the fact that you think that somebody is in abroad, you think that he has the money packed up somewhere and he refused to give it to you, or he's giving you something small to manage, you think it's not enough for you. My brother, travel and see. Travel and see.
It's always good to travel and see. It's always good to experience things also on your own.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So let's take a little break.
All right, we'll go for a little bit break, and when we're back,
we're gonna continue.
Don't go nowhere. Stay tuned.
You didn't make a music break, Buga.
I didn't.
You're at least supposed to play the people's music, okay, so we can be dancing a little bit. Today is the only thing you
So, my people, welcome back. It was a little bit short break. We needed it. At least to cool off. Because this is anyway, if you're just joining us right now, we are live in Okoji radio station, Nürnberg City. And it's Wednesday. It's 5 minutes past 5:30. And in case you just joined, you didn't know me, I'm Carlo Weezer.
And I'm Candy.
Yeah, Candy. I take you to the candy shop.
I like to lick the lollipop.
I know you like lollipop. Why not?
It's how you sing the song now.
So
yeah.
All Work No Play makes Jack a dull boy. We're here to trash some issues. Any question, any information you are free to give us. Now we have been trashing this issue that has been sent to us from our good viewers around the world. Now the first issue we trashed is about generally, we were asked to talk about. Somebody asked about life in diaspora. People wants to understand what is life in diaspora like, because we've had some series of people complaining about how people back home don't understand, not even giving a listening ear to understand that the life in diaspora is not as easy as they think it is.
Yeah.
Because they think people in diaspora plucks money from the tree, which is absolutely
not true.
Not true. At all. So, in case you're just joining us, these are the things we need to trash. And now, the second story we have here, though, is still about life in diaspora, but this one is a little bit different. This is about. I know. wait.
Some people are wicked.
I'm sorry. I need to laugh because when we are talking about another thing, they say one man's food is another man's poison. What is working for you may not work for some other person.
Exactly, and that's what people don't actually understand.
I swear. Like for example, this next story is, and I know some people will be like, yeah, but let me just break the story for you. I don't want to read because it's a long story, okay? A long article. This person sent me a long article, but I will summarize it to the best I can, and we will talk about this. We'll try. Me and Candy. Candy. Thank God. Wait first. Let me just say it. So, this brother, I will try as much as I can to paint this, message so you get it.
Yeah.
Now, this guy has been living in Europe, okay? He needs advice. He has been living in Europe, sorry to use this word, but sometimes, you need to, oh God, this is so difficult to say because...
I speak English now.
No, it's difficult to bring it through because it's really hurtful. Okay, I put it this way. This guy had a child from his ex-woman, who happens to be a white woman, okay? And this child, through this child he has, with this white woman, facilitated him to get his documents, stay permit and all that, okay? And along the line, they're no more together. But the fact still remains that they still have the same, both have the same, this 50-50 right over the child, okay? In the sense that they're no more together. Now, this boy is now 7 years of age, as currently, But so this man has been saying they're no more together now. So he wanted to go back home and marry a woman from home, Africa. And he did that, and he brought this woman, to live with him here in Europe. Now, this woman, after they've been married, though, after she came here to Europe, I know some of them, when they come to Europe, after 1 or 2 years, they start acting like they
change.
Yeah, they change.
They start knowing the system.
They change. They think, oh shit. As a guy, I'm not supposed to be talking. I'm sorry for the swearing word.
A life on earth.
I don't. Okay, I have to be professional. I have to be professional in this case because I don't have to take it too personal. Now, so this woman, after some years now, many things, she start understanding ways of life and start to feel the more sense of having more rights as a woman in this country and all that, blah blah blah. But the painful part of it is that she herself, she hasn't had her own issue. Like she hasn't gotten her own child with this husband, with her husband. But the only child that this husband had from his ex-woman, this African woman don't want to set her eyes on this man's first child. When normally the man has to pick the child to stay weekend with him and all that. But when this child comes to spend weekend in his father's place, of which the stepmom, the African mom is there, okay. But it's the man's right to take the child weekend.
That is wickedness.
So when this child comes to weekends, of course the father, the dad happens to work weekend too, because there's some job you work here during the weekend. So this child stays alone with this woman, and this child, at 7 years old, mixed child, complains a lot, tells the father, when you're not out, when you're away, this is how your wife is treating me, this is how she's cold, this is how he screams at me, and all that and all that. When this man confronts this woman changed the whole story for him. Start to tell him, blah, 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 this, that. She has said she don't have a child though. She don't even know if she will ever have a child. Instead of her to condole, bring that man's child closer, accept the child as her own, I think
it's pure wickedness. I mean, if you are getting married,
she just hates.
Or if you are gonna date somebody, like if you are coming from Africa, let me say it like that. If you are coming from Africa, sometimes there is a word that is called integration.
Integration, yeah.
Yeah, you have to integrate yourself. You have to learn. You have to understand how the system works. So it's not nice when you come and you are not accepting a child that has been already born.
My question is that why does this woman just for no reason hate that child? Okay, now somebody wrote and said on this story, okay, because when I get stories like it, I do ask one or two people for their opinion. So someone said that it could be that this man is still having a secret affair with the ex-woman, like the mother of the child.
It doesn't really matter, but why should the child suffer?
The person said if that should be the case, maybe this woman has noticed this, and that is the reason why this woman doesn't want to see the child at all. What does the child has to do with the man at all? I mean, whatever reason do you have to just hate the child? What reason do you have to hate the child? You don't want, for example, now you don't want to see the child come to the house. When the child is being left with you alone in the house, you go out of the house and leave the child alone, 7 years old child alone in the house. You make food, you don't even ask the child if the child wants to eat.
Yeah.
You let the child feed on like cookies and all that. Now this brother is asking for advice. He doesn't know what to do. Should he chase the wife he married? Or
back to it.
I don't know. I'm just asking. I'm asking. I mean, it's an advice. He needs an advice. He's saying he doesn't know what to do. Should he chase or stop the marriage since the woman doesn't want to see his only son? Should he chase him?
Yes,
should he stop the marriage?
I mean, I'm not a mother, but I don't think that I can condone a behavior like that.
What do you expect the man to do?
It's his child.
Should he stop the child from coming?
No, what for?
Into his house?
What for? They have a relationship already.
Let's take for the fact that he has talked to this woman, time with that number, that this is my child, this is my son. Okay, I'm not going to leave my job and stay at home with him. Of course, I need to go to job. I need to do my job because that's the way I'm paying this house we are living. That's the way I'm bringing money for feeding. While you are going to school for language, right? I go to work. I provide money for the apartment, for everything. So I cannot sit at home and take care of the child in the weekend when you are at home. I cannot leave job.
No,
You
but
understand?
I think it's very simple. I think me as a father and I have a
so
child.
wait first. Let's ask this question. Should the man, because of this, because you and I know that it's compulsory for the man to take the child sometimes, right? The child
That simply
was
means
spent.
that the lady also knows that it is compulsory for the
She
man.
don't care. It is. I think in this context, she doesn't care.
I think from my side, if I have to answer him right now,
She
like
said she
let
saw
me
the
give you my
babysitter.
answer right now. It's either she takes the child or she packs her bag and go back. Because this child has nothing to do with her relationship with the husband.
Okay, what do you guys out there think this man should do? Should this man sit back at home to babysit his child? Why not to go to work? And if he doesn't work, of course the money won't come in. Should he abandon his job and sit down at home on this weekend to take care of the child? Or should he employ a babysitter?
For what?
When he has a woman already at home.
Except for what?
Or should he stop the son from coming? And if he does that, he has a problem.
Are you gonna stop? I mean, okay, now put yourself in this person's shoe.
Should he chase the woman away that he spent a lot of money to get married and bring back here?
Of course.
So these are the three questions. I mean, why we are putting this story out here is that we want your advices.
Yeah.
What do you think he should do better?
I mean, it's not about the diaspora, but somebody asked the question and it's in the platform that we can...
Diaspora. This is what we're facing here in diaspora too. There are a lot of cases like this here.
Yeah, but it's also, but then it's like, these are also just general questions that somebody is asking.
Yes.
So, I think that somebody wrote like, the woman should pick and go. I mean, if you should put yourself in that person's shoe. Would you want your own child? It's not, you're not married to you are married to this woman, but you already have a child with somebody else. Yeah. But that child was already there before you got married to your new wife.
That's true.
So, would you really cut off your child because of this woman? What if this woman now decides to leave you and get married also to somebody else?
She don't even have a child. What if she never has a child for you?
So
that's what I was asking.
So why do you want to spoil? Why do you want even, like, you are ruining the child's life? First of all, this child doesn't have anything to do with their marital problems. So I would say she can pack her bags and she can go. Simple. Thank you also for the advice. Tell her to pack. Oh yeah.
Okay, she said is the person saying that is a woman or?
It's a woman. Even a man also wrote now, and he said the same thing. He would take his child in case the woman even has to fuck up. He wrote fuck up in the end. Sorry. Sorry, I did. Yeah. So, anyways.
So okay, but what? Okay, let's ask this question. What is your advice? Like, if that woman is your sister, happens to be your sister, what advice will you give to that woman to make her brain come back to normal? What advice will you give to such a woman that will make her understand that she's making a big mistake?
I mean, an older person. I don't think that I would have to give advice to an older person who got married, who could get onto the plane and come and live here with somebody else. You know, you have traveled already how many miles, knowing that you are a matured person, and she has to use her brain.
Okay. See this one right here. Somebody said, what about if this man never mentioned this situation to the woman before he got married to her?
That is something different.
No. Wait.
He never mentioned it.
If the man never told, this person was asking, he said, if the man never told the woman before he got married to the woman that, look, I have a child abroad or with somebody else. Maybe this woman never knew, but until maybe the woman came to Europe and I found out that, oh, you have a child. What if that was the case? Because, the woman is not here now to tell us why she just don't want to, why she's like that to the child. But if if we allow if for example the woman is here now and to say her own mind and she happens to say that she didn't know this from the man before, what would be the case then? Then does that justify her attitude?
It doesn't justify her. It doesn't justify her attitude, but she also doesn't have the right to treat the child like that. From my side from my point of view is, if it has to happen like that, I think that it's either she gets along or she accepts the child, even though he lied. She has two choices. It's either you stay or you leave.
It's either
everybody makes mistakes, but
I think that too.
Yeah,
I think that's
because
too.
You cannot tell somebody what they are supposed to do. I think this is a decision that she has to take herself. It's either does she want to accept the child or does she not want to accept the child. And I think that if I have to be in a situation like that, if me personally have to be in a situation like that, I will accept the child or I will forgive him. But it doesn't mean that if I am forgiving him that I'm going to forget. Or maybe it will come different that I'll decide now, I'm leaving.
Or maybe the man had also a reason why he didn't want to say that in the first place.
Maybe too. But I think lies, that's a lie. And this is one of the topics that we had last weekend.
Yes.
That's a lie.
That's a lie too. So whatever reason, I think with this topic when we want to host, when we want to come back for Matters Arising, I think we should bring this topic again because it's a symbol of lie too. We should bring this topic to Matters Arising and see how we can. But whatever be the case, I think it's necessary for this woman to understand that there is two things, at stake here.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever be the case, whether the man never mentioned to her before that he had a son somewhere or not, the fact still remains that if she is not okay or cool with whatever situation she is now, she should back out if that's what she thinks. Because she might, all these things can still lead to violence. Because there's a certain way this thing can go up to, and before you know what's happening, one person will be provoked. And they start fighting, and you now start hearing domestic violence, but something always trigger it. So to avoid story that touches, to avoid many stories, he slapped me because I said this, or he beat me, or if she thinks she cannot cope with the fact that the man has a son, because for me, I don't see any reason why the man who is the breadwinner of the house, who goes out to work every time, and has to take his child because it's his responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
According to the law, he has to. If it's once a week or the weekend in 2 weeks,
that's
whatever,
not even much.
It doesn't even matter. But the thing is that the woman has to understand that it's either if she can't cope up with the situation, he should just leave and they can talk about it. Okay, I can't do this with you. I can't babysit this child while you are away.
But it has nothing. It doesn't only have to do with babysitting. I mean, if you cannot accept the child already,
and the child is 7 years, not that it's a baby, 7 years old.
Yeah, there is nothing. I don't think anybody should continue with a relationship like this, because when do you want me to take the child to? Okay, now for example, what if the mother dies, and then it's only the father that is there? What do you want to do in this situation? She already doesn't accept the child. So what are you going to do? You see, you are going to be sitting with this story. This is a one-way situation, or it has only one solution. Actually, two. You accept or you don't accept.
The fact that she still don't have her own child, but she's treating another person's child.
Exactly. Wickedness.
So I don't think God will even let her have her own personal child. Because if you can treat somebody's child that way, I mean, you're praying to God to give you your own. I mean, how does it work, please? Yeah. So for me, I think my advice to her is that, my sister, you might be watching this thing, you might be watching this broadcast, I don't know, or maybe any other person in this such situation. I just give you this one advice. Let me tell you, whatever it is, my brother or my sister, forget what happens in the night to be mosquito bite. Just clean your heart, bring your heart down, and I say, because even if you leave that your marriage, where you are going is also not certain.
Exactly. Nobody knows where we are going.
Where you are going, the next person you want to marry, it might not even be the best situation for you. So what I would advise is that any problem you have with your husband should not be afflicted on that child.
Yeah.
You understand? If the child now is motherless, and the next woman in his father's side is going to be the stepmom, and he has to accept the fact. So it's high time. It's the earlier you accept the fact that you are the stepmom to that child, the better for you. But if you think you cannot accept it, it's also better for you to just leave in peace.
Yeah.
Like, pack your bag and baggage and bag out of the marriage, or what you call it. Is it entanglement?
So yeah, since now we only have a few minutes left, so I think we should say our last words for the day about the diaspora and the diaspora.
So diaspora is not a land of milk and honey. It's a place where people come for a better life, of course. And in this better life, in the course of finding a better life, doesn't mean that everybody is plucking money from the tree or sitting somewhere and money is falling from heaven. A lot of people are going through, through thick and thin here to make ends meet, to make something for life. People are really going through stuff. So it's better you appreciate and cheer up, appreciate the people who give you, no matter how little it is, and also try to cheer them. Not only when you need something, because this is one thing that is very bad.
It happens every day.
There are some people
when
there.
They need you.
There are some people there. It's only when they need. They are 24 hours online. They will never say, "Hey, my brother, how are you doing? Hey, good evening. How is the family? I pray for you. God bless you." They only write you when they need you to give them something. It's so bad.
One thing about these people, it's like these are the same people who don't actually come up with better problems
At all.
These are people who will be texting you, "Oh, can you please send me a 500? I need an All-Star." My friend, even me myself, I do not wear an All-Star. So I cannot even afford to wear that All-Star, maybe even.
And you know what? Some themselves, when you send them the money, they don't use it for any better thing. You see them in the next nightclub.
Exactly, and that's the thing.
You see them in the round table, they'll be drinking, having fun. But how many times do you here? How many times do you go out to have fun?
Exactly. So some people, people should learn to be grateful. First of all, you should learn to respect hard work of other people.
For example, now we have like in this country now, some countries have been facing lockdown since last year. Nowhere to go.
Not even nowhere to go. Even to get a small job to go and work.
You don't have. So somebody
Nothing.
in this hardship now, somebody will not send you small money.
They will stay inside you.
And the next day, you will not post a picture of you in a club, a nightclub. There's a lot of Dom Pedro drinks on the table, and they say, me, that's it.
You haven't seen Don Pedro.
I have not even gone out self to even have fun.
Where do you want to go to? No, lockdown.
You are in lockdown. You are even the person will carry the money you send them to, and you go carry another girl. Carry a girl by the side, snap picture, flex, and enjoyment. You have that liberty.
And the fact that some of them they lie. "Oh, I did not pay my house rent." And you are feeling sorry for this person because you think, tomorrow this person is sleeping on the street. The next thing, not even a thank you. Once you send the money, not even a thank you.
You will never hear from the person again until
the next problem
comes. You will not say, please, I need a favor from you. Can you give me this? They don't call you. They don't ask you how you are doing. They cannot sacrifice 1 minute to call you to say, "Brother, how are you doing? Are you okay? How is your family?" It's only when they need something they call you. Only when they need something.
And the fact that sometimes, some people also have to learn that, us sometimes when we are here and we need a little help from them back at home, the next thing they will tell you is like, "Oh, I don't even have transport fare." So at the same person you keep on helping, you ask them a little favor, all of a sudden they don't have transport fare, they don't have time, they don't do anything at all. But then, it's like people are supposed to change. It's like life is a circle. What comes around, it goes around. And you know, and when somebody really tries to help you from over this side, you should even be grateful that that person actually does help. So
I'm telling you guys, so see, it's better you change your ways, because if you understand the hurdles people are going through here to make something for a living, and to even send you that little thing you're not appreciating. Well,
and those ones who like to fake their lifestyles, please, you're putting us in trouble, man.
Yes, so and for you people that you don't have anything, you will not be claiming on Instagram on that you have a lot. You are the one even making them to not believe you that you don't have.
We don't have.
When you don't have, they won't believe you. They'll say, I see Hennessy, see this, I see that. You guys are enjoying that. Please start to post moderate pictures.
Exactly. No, be real though.
Be real.
Be real.
Moderate pictures, be real. Stop faking, because you are causing a lot of trouble for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So please.
It's not only about money, it's about everything. People are committing suicide because of peer pressure from people back at home.
Yes, now.
Like this one has been abroad for years but still cannot even do anything. You know, all these things. People are getting depression, and we're already depressed enough. You know, it's like we're not even with family members who can actually help us. We are here finding our own families by making friends, for example.
I tell you guys out there, see, don't believe all the things you see on people's who are in diaspora picture. I think most of them, a lot of them are fake. A lot of them are fake. Don't believe all those things and think that what is my brother doing? I saw that it's not in the same Europe like the other people.
Exactly.
I see the other guy snapping. He has this. My brother is in Europe for 13 years. He has not. It's not true. It's not true.
It's not true.
There are a lot of different things that people do here to get money. But if you are doing the right thing, the legit thing here,
it takes time.
It takes
like
time.
Everything, like they say, hard work pays off, and it doesn't come now.
It takes time. So you have to be patient. When they give you little thing, appreciate it, because if there is more, you also get more.
I mean, if there was more, we would not be sitting down here. We'll be flexing now.
We'll come and meet you. Bring you yourself.
Exactly.
Yes, because there's no more. You know that's how it is. So please, my brother, this is how we want to say it today. And yes, thank you so much. I'll see you.
So there's a call first. There's a call.
Oh, there's a call?
Yeah.
All right.
You pick up. Oh, pick up.
Hello, please. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, sorry. Where are you coming from?
Hello.
Yeah, hello. I can hear you. Hello. Hello? We can hear you. Where are you calling from? Hello? Hello?
I'm calling from Ghana. Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Go on. Can you hear me? I think there's a network problem.
I'm not interested in the topic that we're discussing in this afternoon.
All right. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. So, I think you've made a point.
Yeah?
You shouldn't show over there, but the problem that you are facing down here is that sometimes what you feel here, down here, is so terrible that our leaders have made us believe that continent and the African people. So we therefore supreme pastures. So the government, who the entire nation's treasurer has been handed over, we have given the whole nation and its resources to the government.
Alright.
If such governments can manage the state to give us what we want, we then that okay, if the government who has everything goes to America or goes to Germany to ask for rules, grants, before it can rule our nation. It means that me as a Ghanaian, me as an African, an individual, I can also do better by going outside. That's the reason why most of our youth are applying the desert, dying in the sea, dying on the desert,
Yeah, true.
Our leaders, our governments over the years have disappointed the people. So you live in abject poverty. You live in a state of hopelessness. You live in a state of disappointment. So what you do is to seek life outside. And God being so good, if let's say about 10 people travel outside the country or travel outside the African continent, almost eight of them come back, and you see that their lives have changed, their attitudes have changed, their mindsets have changed, everything about them have changed. So it becomes appealing to us here to always try to also join you guys over there because of what you go through down here. So personally, I don't fault the youth who embark on such journeys, getting into serious problems and those things. It is how our systems are being operated in Africa. Our leaders are disappointing. They give no hope to the African youth. So that's my input to the program.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for
So just stay on. You can cut, but then if you're listening, I would like to add something to what you said actually.
All right.
Thank you for the call, though.
Thank you for the call, though. Thank you for your advice. Thank you so much. Remain blessed. Thank you.
So I think that in Africa we do have a very serious problem. No, seriously. Because I believe that we like blaming the government. Why do we keep on blaming the government if we are the same people that actually keep on voting for these people? And nobody said that you should not come to Europe. I mean, to come to Europe is free. But we were just talking about, for example, the peer pressure that we get from here. It's obvious. Everybody comes here to better their own lives. I mean, the same way I am here, it's because I came to better my own life. It's not about, I haven't seen this in TV or I haven't seen this anywhere, and people back at home should also understand that. So you cannot come and blame the government. First of all, we are supposed to blame ourselves. We don't have a system. We will never have a system if we keep on voting for the same people that have been ruling for 100 years. And we are the people who are supposed to get up and change things. I mean,
see, the Nigerian president called the Nigerian youth lazy youth.
But they are not lazy.
He said the youth are lazy. Somehow it's right. Youth today, let me tell you, youth today, especially back in Africa, I would say that most of them, if you bring them here to do some of the jobs that people are doing here, they will not do it. They will not do it. Can you believe me? Because you know why I'm telling you this? Check their lifestyle. They just want the fastest money. They want quick money. They want the money to come easily. They don't want to, like you're saying, they don't want to stand up.
Yeah.
That is laziness. They don't want to stand up and hold these people responsible. Then you are lazy. If you don't, because
the same president that is calling people lazy is the same president that cannot control his own country. Like, for example,
wait. I want to give you this. Do you know why I said it's right? Now let me tell you. If, for example, I'm older than you, okay? A lot much older than you. Every day I keep beating you. I beat you every day. You just sit down there and be crying, yeah. I'll beat you today. Tomorrow I'll beat you. You cannot do anything. What will I tell you? I'll tell you you are lazy.
But these are things that are supposed to change. It's exactly the thing. These are things that maybe we don't understand. I mean, if you have to compare, let me just use Nigeria. I can even use Namibia. The thing is like this. First of all, I think the way we are raised up, some people say we are raised up good because of the beating. Some people say that we are raised up bad because of the beating.
Yeah.
It has it has different stories to it, and it has advantages and disadvantages to it. But second of all, it's like if all African countries, if our natural resources were used in the same manners that it's supposed to be used, I don't think nobody of us would be here. And it's exactly the same as if we had a system like here. I don't think we would be lazy. In Africa, we don't have schools where people teach us like craft. Here, it's like when you are doing like an Ausbildung, for example, or already when you are a young person, when you are a child.
Let me tell you, see, my brother who called in, I want to tell you this so that you understand this, and I want to tell every other people out there. Now, if you have traveled abroad, our leaders, they do travel and see all these good things,
exactly.
Right? But if you as a person, as a youth, you've traveled abroad, you understand that not everything you hold your leaders accountable for. Mark my words. Let me tell you, there are certain things you can do for yourself. And that is knowing what is due for you. Because, okay, for example, if you're not showing, like, let me tell you, if you're not showing any kind of interest in some certain things, how do you want your leaders to give it to you when you don't even show interest?
Exactly. So that's what I said. You cannot blame the leaders.
Most of our youth, they just want quick money. You know, they all believe in this kind of fast lane money, Yahoo or whatever, computer, whatever kind of whatever. Yeah. So how do you want your father, who wants to see the real hustle in you, the real hunger in you? He wants to see the fire. What you do is you sleep when you like, wake up when you like, eat when you like, sit down and wait for some idiots to give you some money so that you live your life. You don't want to go, you don't want to sweat, you don't want to work. I'm not saying everyone, yeah, but some majority of them today, they just want to have it very fast and easy.
But it's because that is how we are brought up. You know, we are brought up in that sense of life has to be fast. That is one thing. You cannot blame people who also do that, because sometimes you try and do things, but still it doesn't work out. First of all, you don't even have support from people. You don't even know where to start. I mean, if the school systems, they can change. Like when you are already a young person or a child, a baby or whatever, you grow up doing whatever you think that it is good for you, like your hobbies. You know, if you are a musician, you do music, you go to a music school.
But you know one thing. Growing back in Africa those days, when you have hobby like football, when you come here, a child start playing football from a tender age. Your parents start to support, start to even invest money. But for us those days in Africa, it was not like that. We're talking about education, go to school. Nobody wants to be industrious. Now, I tell you this today. You see this topic, now it's a very big one, it's a very broad one. Normally, I don't like talking about politicians because I'm so pissed off.
Yeah, it's...
I know a lot about politics. But do you know why I don't like talking about it? Because it pisses me off. I know for sure that our leaders should be held accountable for every misfortune we have. Because if back home is good, most of us will not come here. Probably we'll just come here for just holiday and change environment.
Yeah.
Do you understand? But since you are out there, you are home, you need job, why don't you stand up and walk up to your father and say, Father, I'm tired of this, I want that.
Not even that means get up and just fight for yourself.
Exactly. That means, what I'm trying to say is that means stand up, meet these leaders, hold them accountable, tell them you want this, you want that.
Yeah.
I remember in Nigeria there was a protest like that to change some stuffs. But
it didn't change.
It didn't change because after just imagine, let me tell you your sense. Let me tell you the sense that youths have. They started the protest successfully. After how many days? I know, hunger. There will be a challenge. There is no food. Hunger starts. And what did they do? They just opened the warehouse where they kept palliatives for COVID-19, foods. And everybody started rushing the food.
Yeah, but...
And wait. And when they left the protest and went to get food. And when they finished getting the food, the protest died.
It's not like that. Okay, I think I'm following the protest.
Most of us.
No. I believe, okay, I'm not 100% right, and I'm not 100. This might not be accurate, but they stopped because people got shot. It's like they killed so many protesters.
If you really want something,
But people died. I mean, why will I be protesting again if I know that people are dying? I mean, they switched off all the lights where people were protesting. Do you know how many people died there? A lot of people died.
I know some people will be saying, we are talking because we're in Europe, we should come down and protest. I understand. I understand.
I was supporting them when they were protesting, because I don't find it right that a police officer, a man in duty, should stop and be harassing people or bribe people to pay the money, and they were doing it for a very good cause. Seriously,
I think the system is really corrupt.
The system
but
is
the
corrupt.
only people who can change this system is you and I as a youth. We have
but
to find
if we cannot stand together and fight all these things, it will continue being like that. It's always gonna be like that.
And we all cannot be in diaspora. We cannot all run away.
It's not possible.
We cannot all run away from our land and come to diaspora.
I mean, our lands are not that bad though. If we really
we cannot all run away. Everybody cannot be here.
Yeah. So
you understand? We all cannot be here. So the little support that we can offer from here, you guys should also appreciate it, because it's also not easy to be somewhere and also supporting home. That is just the bottom line of this whole thing.
Especially when you don't even have somebody who's supporting you.
Exactly, that's the bottom line of this whole thing. They say is that person who, how do you say, heaven help those who help themselves.
God only help those who help themselves.
Yeah, heaven help those who only help themselves. I mean, you have to help yourself before you also look for help from someone.
Exactly.
So helping yourself is not by sitting at home. Oh, our government is bad. The leaders are bad. I can't do anything. I stay at home.
And then they come and tell us we got donations. It's like even Germany, it get donations from other countries, even though they are well off.
And not only your leaders, even your not all, even some men of God are even contributing. They are not politicians, they are not this, but they are also contributing to the problem, because I don't understand why a man of God will take billions of dollars and build a church where you and I will go and pray for job opportunity.
So
you spend money to build church, big church, and you go inside and pray for job opportunity. God, please give me job. Why didn't they use that money to build
a factory,
where you can go and work?
Where you can provide jobs for the people.
It's just like you have a mango tree in your compound. You cut the mango tree and use the wood to use the wood to build a house, and you go there and pray, say, God, please give me mango.
You only chop
you have a mango, you cut it down. And use the wood for the mango to build a house where you want to go and pray. But that's the topic for that. What I'm trying to say in essence is that our mumu don't do. Our stupidity is enough.
Yeah.
You understand? We should try to be wise in everything we're doing. There are necessities, there are things that should come first before every other thing. So most of us are just we are still captured in that. We are still in that cage. We are still in captivity. Whatever kind of captivity it is, but it's high time we start to just know what is right and do just the right thing.
And stop putting pressure on people.
Simple. You can't eat your cake and have it. You cannot cut your mango tree and be praying for God to give you mango.
Yeah.
That's a typical example, because that when you do that, even God said you're putting pressure on Him. He gave you up before. You spoil it and say you should give another one. You know.
Exactly.
So yeah. Thank you, Asiedu Baokai. Yeah, it's a great show. Thank you so much. Great conversation, guys, from Ivy Mpuka.
Shoda, thank you. Shout out to you, my girl.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yeah, so I think we will draw the curtain right here for today. Actually, we have exited our time because the topic is so intense. But next time, we're going to continue from where we stopped. It's like you're running away from this topic. It's challenging.
No, it's nothing about challenging. I think that there are many other topics that we still have to talk about. Like we have
this one. This is the topic that people gave to. Like this guy who's calling now. He brought this topic now, and we are talking about it. Yes, we have to elaborate on it. So that is what we do. If you have issues that is bothering you, you don't know how to air it out, bring it to us and we're going to talk it out. Talking is what we do for a living. I'm Kaluizi.
And I am Lady KK.
And you're hearing us from Kokojo Radio Station. Thank you all, guys. Thank you all for your maximum support and just taking a look at what we're doing and following us. Please don't forget to like our page, like our handles, share and follow us and keep there with us. Thank you so much and God bless you all.
So we wish you a blessed week ahead.
Till we see you guys next
time.
Bye bye from here.
Ciao, ciao.
You're giving kiss, Abby.
Are you jealous? You wish it was you, right?
Leave me alone. Let me end this broadcast in peace.
At least let me blow them some kisses.
1, 2, go. Bye.